You know, as a Christian myself, this doesn't surprise me because at some point I just think Hollywood is losing its marbles and they're just crashing out because it seems like when you tell your religion, you tell people that you believe in God and you read the Bible and you know the Bible verses and you say the quotes and everything, but as soon as you tell people what your beliefs are, they'll somehow mock you for it, the same reason why they mock Jesus all the time. And Hollywood is no exception to that whatsoever. But this right here, when I found out earlier this year that she was playing Jesus Christ in the play, it's not only disrespectful to the Christian community, but it's also disrespectful to God. Like, it's like you're just taking 2 steps back. And I saw most of the clips from someone's phone on Instagram, and I made a comment and I said, stop mocking Jesus. And as soon as I said that, I got flooded with tons of delusional takes telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. If you don't like it, you just go somewhere else. This isn't for you. And I had to explain myself why I felt the way I felt, because I felt disrespected. Because if you're disrespecting God, that means that you're disrespecting Christians. And for some odd reason, the people in the chat are so delusional, they don't even understand their own flaws, especially if they go to a plate like this that's supposed to represent Jesus, and you turn it into something that does not represent Christ all over. So yeah, the comment section are just delusional. That's what the left does. That's what it is for, you know. But then again, I'm not really surprised by Hollywood because people fall for their nonsense like they usually do. Sometimes arguing with non-Christian people, it's like talking to a brick wall. And time again, I'm just really, really sick of it at this point. But her, she's the worst. Let's get to the video and shout out to Truth Is.
Back, it was announced that Cynthia Erivo was gonna be portraying Jesus Christ in the musical called Jesus Christ Superstar. When I first saw this, I was appalled. I didn't understand how this would work. Jesus is a historic male religious figure who Christians see as a representation of God. Yet this musical was going to take this and flip it in every way, having Jesus played by not only a woman, but a queer woman. If you know the Bible, then this doesn't seem compatible in any way. Now people are getting the first look at this musical, and not only
look at her, she looks like a demon on stage.
Most are calling it straight up blasphemous. And what I found out about this musical and Cynthia seems to confirm this musical is a mockery of Jesus Christ and the Christian people. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is.
Seeing her with them long nails, she looks like a demon out of space. She looks like an actual demon out of space that has the voice of an angel that could sing well. But if you're looking that bad on stage, you might as well sing for the devil. Just by appearances alone, it's kind of obvious. They sell their souls to the devil just to do some extra stuff to become one of the biggest stars in the industry. It's disgusting.
Weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about Cynthia Erivo playing Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar. Let's get right into it. For those who don't know, Jesus Christ Superstar is a musical put on at the Hollywood Bowl. The musical itself was created by a man named Tim Rice. Tim Rice was responsible for many musicals, with one of his most famous ones being the Jesus Christ Superstar. The story of the Jesus Christ Superstar musical is not told from the perspective of Jesus. It is actually the story of the man who betrayed Jesus, Judas. It tells the story of the final days of Jesus Christ, but with a twist, as it's told largely from the perspective of Judas, where the musical tries to humanize him and paint him as a victim. Now that's already pretty strange as it is, but the more you look into all of this, the more it makes sense. See, you would likely assume that Tim Rice must be a religious man in order to want to create a musical about Jesus Christ, right? Well, you will be wrong. Rice has confirmed that he isn't religious at all and doesn't believe in God.
I figured.
This would explain why he has no respect for the religion he is
So, if a guy that doesn't have a religious background or he's not religious in the first place, why did you hire him to make a musical about Jesus if he's not Christian himself? Make it make sense.
point of view and has no issues with mocking the religion of millions. Now, this musical has been going on since the 1970s with many different people portraying Jesus in the musical. But this time, they went too far when they decided to cast a queer woman and a gay man to play the leads in the musical. Jesus is obviously a man. That's the first thing they got clearly wrong. On top of this, the Christian religion has strict views on those practices. Yet, they chose to represent Jesus Christ as.
It's
that
like they
alone
just don't
was blasphemous and disrespectful to all Christians. It was announced that Cynthia was going to play Jesus for the musical right after she was fresh off the filming of a movie that completely goes against the Christian religion. Wicked, a movie about witches and sorcery.
I know y'all get tired of me pausing the video, but it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. But Ariana Grande and Cynthia are both witchcrafters. Her, Beyonce, and everybody else in the industry that practice devil witchcrafts are among the worst, and they're pretty much horrible influences on people in life. And I'm not making this up. If you look at his channel, he does everything from Beyonce, Jay-Z, all who practices witchcraft, that uses symbolisms in music videos and albums just to tell us, tell a different story about the music. But that's only been my biggest issue with Hollywood, is them doing stuff like this. Especially if you're gonna make a play about Jesus, you better get your facts straight and do it right. Because if you're not reading the Bible and if you don't know anything about Jesus, then what's the point of you even doing it in the first place? And Cynthia, she kind of pissed me off every time I see her. I get angry, because I feel like you're not only mocking Jesus, but you're just throwing it back in his face like he doesn't exist. Like, this world is a mess.
The Christian religion. She went from playing the wicked witch from the West to playing the literal Messiah of the Christian faith. Months after it was announced that Cynthia would be playing Jesus for the musical, the first looks at the musical have been posted online. And boy, does it look demonic. Videos have been going viral on social media showing Cynthia playing Jesus, or should I say mocking Jesus, and she looks more like Satan than the Son of God. Her facial expressions and her singing, even her claws for nails, are all given demonic.
Look at it. Oh God, she looks so cringe. This is so not it. So disrespectful. Are you kidding me right now?
Just look at her. She almost looks like she could.
What was that? Seriously, what was that performance? Yes, she can sing. She has a good voice, but young. For somebody who sold their soul to the devil and have the nerve to play Jesus Christ in a play that is so cringeworthy, like it's already embarrassing enough. Like, why? Just the way she was singing is so cringe.
Don't don't understand how those behind this musical can get away with this. If Cynthia was disrespecting
And
any
so are
other
the people in
religious
the
leader,
comments who
it would be an
uploaded that
outrage.
video.
But it seems to be acceptable to mock and disrespect Jesus Christ. The only people who would be so eager to do this are people driven by demons. Why else would you openly disrespect the Messiah? Why have a woman play Jesus? That is already extremely disrespectful. Then choose a queer woman, which goes against the teachings of the Bible. On top of that, why allow the woman to dress and act like a demon who is claiming to be Christ? Well, that's what most Christians are thinking. They fail to realize this is made by Hollywood. Hollywood has always hated Jesus Christ, and they have made this rather clear. Hollywood has a clear agenda when it comes to destroying Jesus' sanctity. This is why they often mock him and make fun of him in their films and TV shows, because Hollywood is ruled by the spirit of the devil. There is a clear reason they chose to make Cynthia Jesus. She inverts everything that Jesus represents. Jesus is male, they make him a woman. Jesus preaches to follow the rules of God. They choose a woman who doesn't believe or obey any of his rules. Jesus is against magic and witchcraft, so they choose a woman who not only played a witch in her biggest movie, but also has openly admitted to being a real witch in real life. In this interview for the Wicked movie, Cynthia and Ariana Grande both admit to being witches and using real occult magic. During this interview, Ariana Grande claims that a combination of real witchcraft, manifestation, and hard work are needed to get casted on the Wicked movie, with Cynthia saying, "I think so."
This one is boring. Family, yeah. I remember being so swept off my feet by just the story, and the comedy really stayed with me when I was little. I don't think at that point I had seen anything. I mean, I was 10, but I don't think I had seen anything that moved me that way.
Did you meet Kristen that day?
Yeah. I did. She gave me body gel. She says it's bath salts, but it was body gel.
It was something.
It had glitter, and I think it had actual witchcraft magic in it. I really do.
There's no way you get to this without that witchcraft.
I think there's a combination of real magic, manifestation, and hard work that needs to happen for things like this to happen. Don't you think?
I think so.
So you mean to tell me that the gel that had glitter in it that made her turn into something that she's not in everyone's eyes anymore? Both of them deserve each other, honestly, because the two women who practice devil witchcraft, who openly admitted to doing so, and not only that, they sold their soul. I can't wait till Jesus come back.
To dabbling in the occult, admitting that in order for them to get this witch role for the movie, there had to be real magic involved. Pay attention, this isn't my opinion, this is a clear confession. They are openly admitting to being real witches, which makes Cynthia's casting in the Jesus Christ Superstar musical even more blasphemous. Not only is she a queer woman, but also a witch occultist. How much more could you blaspheme God? Pay attention to how Hollywood attacks Christ and his followers. Tim Rice, a person who doesn't believe in God, created a musical based around humanizing the man who betrayed Jesus Christ and got him killed. They then cast a woman who is the opposite of Christ in every way to play him. While I believe we shouldn't have anyone playing Jesus, I understand the purpose of having a play about Christ. But if someone chooses to make a play about Christ, they should at least respect Christ and the people that follow him. The play should also only be written by those who are followers of Christ and truly know the religion, not by a man who doesn't believe in God, who doesn't care about the religion, and is clearly trying to...
And to be fair, The Passion of Christ that came out in 2004 or 3 was a better Christian movie than the ones we have now.
Is the new it girl of Hollywood. There's a reason she is now everywhere. She has been chosen because she represents everything they push in Hollywood. Hollywood's main purpose is to guide people further and further away from God, driving them right into the grips of Lucifer. Moments like this only further proves that. This musical shouldn't have been a thing. They shouldn't have been allowed to mock Jesus Christ like they wouldn't dare to do any other religious leader. Yet they do it, and then they defend their actions. Adam Lambert, who plays Judas in the play, came out in defense of Cynthia being cast as Jesus. Lambert said, "Her voice, presence, and simultaneous power and vulnerability absolutely blows my mind, and working with her has been a dream. I'm excited by the challenge of presenting the audience with a production led by a female black Jesus and encourage the audience to expand their minds a bit. Originally utilizing rock and roll, Jesus Christ Superstar is supposed to provoke and challenge. That's the point. And shouldn't the teaching of Jesus transcend?
It did not say that in the Bible at all. What is this man talking about? The first female black Jesus, really? Come on. I feel like Adam, at some point, he's the worst. Defending someone who worships the devil, is playing Jesus Christ, calling her the first black female Jesus Christ. It's not only a slap in the face to Christians, but it's a middle finger to everybody who was born and raised in a Christian family.
For Christians, they twist the words of God in order to defend their mockery and laugh right in our faces. This is what Hollywood is all about. This is what they push. Us who follow Christ need to stand up for call out this nonsense.
Yeah,
this is not acceptable and shouldn't be supported. I understand we can't control what others do, and if they want to make a play like this, they're able to. But we can control what we support. So many Christians are fooled into attending these musicals thinking it's meant to honor Christ. Don't fall for their manipulation. Don't support things like this. Call it out. We know Lucifer is a liar, and this is just another one of his deceptions. He wants to recreate a false Jesus that represents his disturbed teachings, and that's what they're doing with this demonic musical. Well,
at the end of the day, I really do feel like a lot of Christians need to watch this video. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send it to my Sunday school teacher, Minister Trice, because I feel like we have a lot to talk about this, because this is how people really feel about it. Because I really do feel like that if people are mocking Jesus, karma will only get to them, but it'll ruin their lives. Many celebrities have done it, and they got karma after that. There's just one comedian who got cursed, and she passed out on stage because she mocked Jesus. And that was pretty much in result of her karma. Like, the first thing you would never do is ever disrespect, mock God. I don't care if you don't believe in him, you're not religious, don't ever disrespect and play with God, period. As for Cynthia, she makes my blood boil. I don't like this individual. I will never ever respect women like her. Based on that alone, I think it's embarrassing. I think it's insulting to a lot of Christians. I think people need to be aware of stuff like this and stand up to the devil witchcrafts like this and say, no, we don't rock with that. And if they say who they really are, that's like embracing the devil and worshiping witchcrafts and everything. Don't listen to their music or watch their movies. Or better yet, don't even be around them, period. Because one thing's for sure, I really do feel like that if people are that gullible to really think that what she's doing is good, then it's obvious to me that they're also the problem as well. There's something that's wrong with them too. So, link to the original video will be in the description. I had to react to this video because I want us to have a clear conversation about who God is and why he does exist and why he is real. Because at some point, just seeing stuff like this really makes me angry. I'm telling you.